Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Try asking yourselves, just how dangerous is someone we just met on social media? On March 2nd, 2026, an 18-year-old young girl left her home in Oita, Japan at 11:30 p.m. She never returned! The most shocking fact of this case isn't just where she went, but the fact that her night journey led her to meet a 58-year-old unemployed man, a stranger she had just met through a phone screen. Today, we will discuss a real investigation by the Japanese police about how a digital encounter led to the discovery of a body on a mountain cliff, and why a trail at the bottom of the ocean became the key to everything. Let's uncover the timeline. The incident? We go back to the night of the incident, March 2nd, 2026, the end of winter in Oita. At 11:30 p.m., the victim left her home without a trace. 2 days later, on March 4th, the family realized their daughter was missing and immediately filed a police report. The police immediately launched an investigation and found several anomalies in the evidence and initial situation. First, there were no signs of a struggle at home. The victim's room was intact, proving she left voluntarily, not forcibly kidnapped. Second, digital silence. The victim's smartphone was completely dead, and her route on that cold night was absolutely not recorded by public CCTV. Third, a fractured crime scene. As the investigation progressed, the police would later find highly scattered evidence. Blood trails were found in an apartment. The victim's body was dumped on a steep mountain cliff, while the murder weapon and the victim's phone were thrown deep into the bottom of the sea. How could one single incident spread to 3 completely different geographic locations? The breakthrough! Without eyewitnesses on the night of the incident, the police relied heavily on modern technology. They traced the victim's digital communication footprints. From tracking her social media history, the police successfully drew a red line to an account that interacted with the victim exactly before she disappeared. This cyber tracing directed the police to an address in the Motomachi area, Oita City. That is where they found Tadafumi Himeno, a 58-year-old man. The breakthrough moments in this case happened consecutively. On April 12th, 2026, based on Himeno's confession, the police found a body at the bottom of a cliff in the Bungo Ono Mountains, near the border of Miyazaki Prefecture. Because the body's condition had already been in the wild for a month, the police used forensic DNA testing. On April 15th, the DNA results absolutely confirmed that it was the body of the missing 18-year-old teenager. It did not stop there. Himeno also confessed to dumping the knife and the victim's phone. Armed with this information, the police dive unit was deployed to the Oita waters and successfully found these key pieces of evidence at the bottom of the sea. Scene reconstruction and facts. Then what exactly happened on that night? Let's dissect the profiles and motives factually. Victim's profile. She was an 18-year-old teenage girl, working as a contract employee and residing in Nakatsu City. Oita perpetrator's profile. Tadafumi Himeno, 58 years old. He did not have a steady job. Records show he was once a taxi driver from July 2023 to February 2024, but couldn't last long and frequently changed jobs. Their relationship. They had no family or work ties. They purely only knew each other through social media. Scene reconstruction and motive. Based on police statements and the perpetrator's confession, this is what happened. On March 3rd, 2026, the victim visited Himeno's house. There, they got into a heated argument regarding financial issues. During that argument, the victim threatened to report Himeno to the police. Hearing that threat, Himeno confessed to losing his patience. He grabbed a knife and stabbed the victim's neck. Autopsy results later confirmed that the cause of the victim's death was a cervical spinal cord injury. After the murder occurred, Himeno left the victim's body inside his house for several days. The victim's blood left traces in his house. He then put the body into his car, drove far to the Bungo Ono Mountains, and dumped it off a cliff. To completely eliminate evidence totally, he threw the knife and the victim's phone into the sea. Current legal status. Himeno was initially arrested on charges of abandoning a corpse. However, after evidence was gathered and he confessed to his actions. On May 2nd, 2026, the police officially rearrested him on charges of murder. Considering the arrest just happened in May 2026, this case is still in the process leading up to trial. In Japan, intentional murder cases can carry a threat of decades in prison to life imprisonment. Outro! This Oita case is a harsh reminder for all of us. Technology brings us closer to many people, but it also opens the door to evil intentions hidden behind phone screens. Age asymmetry and manipulation can end in a tragedy that cannot be undone. Please, always be careful and stay alert with whom you interact, especially with people you just met in cyberspace. Never place yourselves in an isolated situation with a stranger. Disclaimer: we apologize if there are any shortcomings in our delivery. Thank you for watching and discussing with us today. What are your thoughts on this case? Write it in the comments section, okay? See you in the next investigation episode. Stay safe and vigilant.